being grounded can be a really negative thing if you have like an anxious brain. You're connected to like your friends, you're connected to your family, you're connected to your job, to just your like responsibility to the people around you, to society. It can like bottle you in, I guess. This song for me is kind of like connecting the dots between why I get so anxious and what I was like as a child. This song was written over 2 days. It was like finished over 2 days. It was like a really isolated session. I think it was February 2018. Like I just started therapy. I went to therapy when I was like 19, had a really bad experience. And so this was like a really big thing for me to like feel brave enough, I guess, to go back and like talk about stuff and start to like try and explore why I felt how I felt. It kind of made me think a lot about like things that gave me comfort when I was a kid. I used to love climbing trees. I like the idea of a tree being like this kind of elevated space. It's like, it's off the ground. It's oxygen. It's good for you. Leaves, oxygen. It's good. I just want time in a tree. I need a place just for me. When I'm feeling connected to myself and I'm feeling like connected to myself as a child, that's when I get time in a tree. I'm in a place right now where I'm like, I have to keep reminding myself to climb a tree. Obviously it's like a metaphor, but I'm not sort of like able to just turn around and there's a tree. Somewhere that I can be free. Keep the faith and just be what you'll be. Freedom is when I feel like I am understanding myself better. It's a space where responsibilities aren't everything. I guess rules are there to break. Rules are there to break. However, sometimes you can break rules for the wrong reasons. Sometimes I'm just breaking things because like, it's emotional. I'm like a bull in a china shop. I want to get to a place where I can break rules because I know the rules and I know what I'm trying to break and why I'm trying to break it. But I make mistakes like they were handed on a plate. When I try to leave, sometimes I'm standing in the way. Even if you find perspective on this one thing that you could be anxious about, the problem with anxiety is that I'm stood in front of a brick wall. I realize I'm stood in front of a brick wall. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna try and like find a door. I'm just gonna turn to the right. And then you're like, oh, there's another brick wall. Okay, I'm gonna turn to the left. I'm gonna just try and ignore that. Oh, there's another wall. It feels like it's just closing in on you. It's like thoughts collapsing in. That's certainly what it is for me. If sometimes my brain feels like it's working against me. I'm on the edge of crying all the time because I can't human right. What a stay. I get wound up from the ground up and I don't know why. Turn the sound up, drown the noise out, swallow up, don't cry. I use avoidance as a coping mechanism. So like, I have my headphones in all the time. If I'm not with somebody, I've got my headphones in. And I was like that at school. I've been like that my whole life. And it's like, it's just, I have to distract myself. Even just focusing on like walking from one place to another. My favorite musicians are like, or just music that I love and I care about. They help me walk from A to B to Z. I got an anxious heart and it's stone made, can't take paper or heartbreak. A heart of stone is like a saying. It's something that I really believed I had for a long time, especially in my like teenage years. I was like, I'm like an unlovable person and I'm not willing to like let anybody in. Did Billy Joel have self-esteem? Maybe Vienna wouldn't wait for me. I was having like a Billy Joel moment at that time. And that song, Vienna, is all about like, you can do this, but you don't have to do it all now. I'm a person that has like 3 careers. That song really connects with me when I'm like at my best, but like when I'm at my worst, I can't hear it. It doesn't work for me. So maybe Billy Joel has enough self-esteem to get him to a place of like being able to think that way. Do you ever feel like you could live a real life like everybody else in the real world? You could be a real girl. You could be a wizard, you could be a NASA, you could write fiction, you could tame raptors. All of the things in that section are things that I wanted to be at some point when I was growing up. I wanted to be a dinosaur. I wanted to be a wizard. I wanted to be an astronaut. I want to go to space. Like, I've always wanted to go to space. I never really learned like maths and science very well. So they're the kind of two bedrocks of being an astronaut. They're pretty important. Most days I struggle and I get snappy. Fuck all that. I just want to be happy. I feel like happiness is peace and acceptance of yourself and other people around you. Like, I feel happy when I'm writing songs and I connect to myself. I feel happy when I'm just hanging out with my wife and that's like, we accept each other. My dog accepts me all the time and I accept him all the time. Swimming against the current, am I wrong? Can you show me a warrant? Honestly, I'm a bomber boring. I'm on it, I get it, I've got it. I wanna be 10 again, just me and Sonic. Yeah, when I was about 10, so I had a Sega Mega Drive, or Sega Genesis it was called here. That little blue hedgehog was like, that's my homie. And I would like see how far I could get before I was like really late for school. Nobody telling me I should be more than I am. Back when I had a plan, I've seen things that I never should have seen. Said too many things I didn't mean. Hurt myself too many times to count. I need to let it out and just release. I was very like angry as a kid. You wouldn't necessarily know it, but I was like internally angry. Got scars on my hands from like punching inanimate objects. That's a form of self-harm. At some point, I'm not quite there yet. You have to let go of these things. I really just want to hug myself, like as a 6-year-old, as a 10-year-old, and just be like, do you know what? You're gonna be all right. Been lying to myself too long. Been trying by myself too long. I can't relax, I'm too distracted. I can't hack it, I'm needy, greedy. Love me, feed me, let's be a family. It would take a village to make a man of me. So why couldn't you love me? It's all I need. Something I've realized probably more recently is that like I have to let people in, have to let people look after me. My village is my wife and my dog and my friends. Also people that listen to my music and feel understood. That's my village as well. Like we understand each other. We're together in this. It takes a village to raise a child, but sometimes it takes a village to raise the adult who can then raise the child. I'm not used to talking about songs so much because I always have this thing of like, I'm like, write a song to get it out of me. Like, I don't want to tell people what the song should be to them, which kind of defeats the object of this whole thing. So I'm not shading you guys when I say that.